Car's loaded. I'm at motorway services station. Must mean it's time for Outlaw Half Holkham 70.3. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and hi, thanks for checking us out if you're new here. So this weekend it is Outlaw Half Holkham 70.3 middle distance triathlon. My first at this distance. I did Olympic distance at Leeds last year, so stepping up again for this big challenge. Really excited about it though. Bit of a problem this morning, early start, but woke up with some back pain. Completely out of the blue. I've had back problems in the past, but nothing to say it will be coming. So it's easing a bit, so fingers crossed. A couple of days till race day, and hopefully that'll just carry on easing off and we'll be all good. But I'll be taking it a bit easier today than perhaps planned. So driving up to my Airbnb, got a nice little chalet on the beach, all booked up, not too far from the race site. So going to hit the road again, have lunch, and check in again soon. Made it here to Heacham, my base for the weekend. So looks a stunning little park here, doesn't it? Let's go check out the chalet. Here we go. Here's my nice little chalet Airbnb for the weekend. I've got the key already. Let's go and check it out. Here we go. So opening straight into our nice little lounge area. So we've got a nice little bistro set outside as well. May take advantage of that with this beautiful weather. Got some extra lounge chairs and that if I want them. Coming round, here we go. Straight to the kitchen, fridge, drinks will go in that for sure. Got everything you need really, microwave, kettle, tea, coffee, proper hob oven, can't go too far wrong there. Into the second bedroom, which is bunk beds and some storage, probably just use this for kit storage this weekend. And the master bedroom, very nice, nice double bed. Had thought about camping for this weekend, but my camping setup is not this comfortable, so treated myself. And lastly, we've got quite a nice little fitted bathroom, shower. That'll come in dead handy after my race, and then we're back straight out again. So there you go, that's my base for the weekend, my home. Time to unload the car and get myself sorted out. Got to pop to the shops, get some supplies, and then we'll see from there. So come out for a little walk along Heacham Beach. Back still a little bit sore from this morning, a little scare, but it is feeling a bit better. So hopefully it's just that little scare. So come out just to loosen up, see a bit of scenery. Was going to do a short run or something, but go for a walk instead just to loosen up. Beautiful beach here. And I thought while I'm up on the beach here, I thought I'd just perhaps share a few of my thoughts and where I've kind of come from on this journey to Outlaw 70.3. So I signed up for Holkham. Actually, I didn't sign up for Holkham. I actually signed up for Woburn beginning of the year, maybe late last year. And the road to get to that was I'd done a couple of sprints. I got into triathlon, did a go try in 2018, did a couple of sprints, a few sprints since then, and did Leeds WTCS Olympic distance last year. So I thought progression, push myself, we'll go for 70.3. Really like the looks of Woburn, so signed up, and sadly the event got cancelled, so I had to move. Ended up here as my alternate at Holkham. So now we're here, race weekend, and what am I expecting? Epic weekend. I mean, I've seen nothing but good things about the outlaw events, so really looking forward to it as an event. My personal objectives: finish, first time at this distance, pretty common with a lot of people, but I guess times, I've got some times in mind. I guess I'd like to go sub 7.5 hours. I think for first time round, that's for me, that's fairly achievable. It should be well within the cut-offs. The overall cut-off's about 9 hours, I think. And I'm sort of targeting hopefully around a 40-45 minute swim. Sub 4 hour ride should be achievable. Anything near 3:30 would be amazing. But that's about where I'm at the moment on that. And the run's the big unknown really. The running I always find is my hardest of the disciplines. So yeah, in an ideal world, if I was having a really good day, I'd be looking about 2.5 hours. But yeah, I guess if it was under 3, I'd be happy. And with those kind of targets, fairly loose, I don't want to stress myself too much about that. But with that would put me on for, yeah, 7.5 or sub 7.5. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. I don't really want to put too much pressure on myself with that. It's more that's kind of what I'm targeting. And if I keep on that pace, it feels like paces that I've done in training. They're doable, manageable, and I can keep going at that sort of pace. I'm not overstressing myself. It's obviously a big step up for me, going from standard distance to middle. So I think that should be, hopefully, should be good for me. But that's just my thoughts on that bit. So I'm going to carry on walking on this beautiful beach, get back to my chalet, freshen up, and then it's the mundane things of self-catering. I've got to pop to the shops and get some food, get some dinner, and rest up. Tomorrow is going to be getting to the event site, getting to Holkham Hall. Got to register and rack bikes tomorrow. So be doing all that and just a bit of sightseeing. Got some friends to catch up with as well. So looking forward to all that, and I'll catch you later. Morning everyone from a very, very sunny Holkham. Down here by the swim start this morning. Just come down, I'm going to get registered. Bike racked in transition in a little while. Just come down, it's a bit quieter down this neck of the woods. But swim start, I'm very pleased to see a ramp. I can't dive, I get nowhere to practice that, so really pleased to see that. That make getting to swim a lot more stressful. But we've got this beautiful lake here, so as we come up, we're going to go up the lake. We actually go around an island, we can't really see it from here, and come back all the way down. And just behind me, that's the start. Just the other side of that is the exit. So looking really good. Team been doing a great job posting social media updates on the swim. They've been clearing the channel of the week, so hopefully that'll be not too bad as long as I stay in the channel. So just going to go and get ready to meet some friends for a short little run around. Not doing a Holkham 10k, a bit much today, but just going to do a little run around the grounds. Just stretch the legs, loosen up a little bit before registration, bike racking a little later on, and a bit of shopping and a bit of spectating. Just been out for a little bit of a run walk, go around the lake, stretch the legs a little bit, have a look at the swim course. Looks stunning. You can see where the weeds and that have been cleared. There's some clear channels put in, so hopefully that'll make life a bit easier. Watched a bit of the Holkham 10k. Much respect to the guys running that today in this heat. It is proper toasty out here. People still coming in well under an hour, so fair respect to them. All registered now. Back to the car, grab the bike. Have to rack the bike the day before at Outlaw events, but so far, first impressions of the event, very well organised. Everything's been like clockwork. All the booking, for even my parking, everything, it's all there. No dramas at all so far. So going to get the bike, go and get it racked in transition, and then a bit of touristing, have a look around the trade stand. But so far, cracking weekend so far. Awesome event already. And looking forward to a bit more of it. That's it, registration done. Now on to rack my bike. Got to change, freshen up as well. As you can see, a bit hot after that run walk. Still hot, but feeling a bit more comfortable now. And yeah, got the bike all set. So Outlaw events, you rack your bike the day before. All I've got to do is rack the bike. I haven't got to have it fully set up for a race, so I'll bring my kit in the morning and get all my bottles, bike computer, etc. all on, along with the rest of the transition. So it's literally just a bike for today, and then I can be a tourist, watch some of the other racing going on. Had the Holkham 10k already. I think the Future Outlaw is on this afternoon. So next up, yeah, find my spot in transition, get the bike in, and that's another job done. There we go, Outlaw Half Holkham, my first ever 70.3 try done. 7:47 the official time. Haven't got the details on the splits fully yet, still got to download from my Garmin and get the official results in full. Mobile signal's a bit rough around here. Incredible day. I'm still trying to process it, to be honest. I'm just heading back, leaving the site now. The swim had a bit of trouble on the start, but it was good once I got going. Quite comfortable with that. Bike, really pleased with how the bike rode. The run was just hell. It was a 3-lap course. It was fairly hilly and fairly dusty and just hell, basically. But yeah, I got around. Super pleased with that. I'd hoped for, I think, about 7:30, so 7:47 first time. I'll take that. So just leaving site now and go back, get freshened up, get some food, and I'll come back with the proper numbers, etc. So a day after race day, I'm feeling a lot more human now, able to talk slightly more coherently. I mean, what a day. Definitely up there as one of the hardest things ever done. But yeah, equally what an event. I generally can't really think of anything to fault Outlaw for. Loved it. The organisation was spot on, the aid on the course, all the aid stations, the general support, marshalling. I just never felt like I didn't know where I was going. Never felt I wasn't a helping hand there if I needed it. It was all just, again, spot on, so loved it. So, had a bit of chance to think about... Oh, hello. Yeah, had a bit of a chance now to think a bit more about the race, how it went. So overall it's 7:47. I hoped for 7:30, so a little bit slower than that. But with a bit of reflection I can see where. So swim was I think about 53. Ride was pretty pleased with actually. That was I think about 3:35, and the run was about 3:10. T1 was about 2 minutes, T2 a minute. I'll pop the actual real results on the screen in a second, rather than having to rely on my slightly fried memory. So, swim, I was actually in the run-up feeling really good for the swim. I've been doing a lot of practice, a lot of training, and had quite a good plan in mind. Something to work on. I seem to have, I almost had, it was a bit of a panic attack, weird. Not something I ever get in training. Yeah, really struggled about the first 400-500 metres. Could almost barely even get my head in the water to breathe when I was trying to get my breathing going. I ended up almost in a kind of a water polo, got head up type stroke, and even then just couldn't get into a really sort of good breathing pattern. I had to almost come to a stop at really about that point just to try and reset. Duck my face in the water a little bit, blow some bubbles in the water, take a breath, and then I was alright. Weird, really weird. So something to work on. And if anyone watching this has got any thoughts on that, about how comes I can go to a pool, a lake, sea, in training, quite happy, race day, I don't feel nervous or anything, but if anyone's got any thoughts about why that's happening, feel free to drop something in those comments below, please. Be interesting to hear your thoughts, because that's a weird one. Once I got going on the swim, I actually felt pretty good. The lake was murky, but no worse than going in the English Channel, as I normally do. But more to the point, the lake had a lot of weeds and grass. There'd been a channel cleared, whether I just wasn't quite in it, or whether it had been churned up by the waves before us. That's one of the later waves. So who knows? But yeah, once I got into my sort of stride, I was actually swimming quite well. And I think actually if I'd have done that from the start, swim probably would have been around that 40-minute target that I had in mind. So anyway, got out to swim at bike park, I was settled, I was feeling okay. T1, yep, that went alright actually for a change for me. My transition's always slow, but everything was laid out, got out, didn't feel dizzy out the swim. Oh, hello. Hello, you. A few dogs out for their walk along the beach as well. Why not? It's a beautiful day. So yes, T1. Yeah, got on really well with that, really happy. I lucked out, you'll see in the pictures, I lucked out on my transition spot, so I was really close. I was right on the end of a run of one of the rows, and it was really close to swim exit, so perfect. Out onto the bike, felt good. Not really dwell on the bike too much, felt really good. I was really pleased with that. A few of the hills caught me out a bit. I'd heard about the sort of headwinds on the way out, tailwind on the way back. To be honest, it felt pretty headwindy most of the way round, but maybe that was just me. So perhaps it's slightly easier on the way back, but still breezy. So yeah, that fine. Nutrition all went to plan, both drinks and my food. Used a combination of beta fuel chews and SIS gels, working well for me in training. Got all those down, was able to keep drinking and keep moving. So yeah, really pleased with the bike. I think really the only takeaway I'd say is just a bit more practice, a bit more training, just to have slightly fresher legs coming off the bike going into the run. That was probably the only real takeaway I'd have there on that. So onto the run. Yeah, as I said, I think I needed to try and keep my legs a bit fresher. But yeah, the run course was hard. It was a tough course. You basically came out and were pretty much straight uphill. Not a steep incline, but a long one. So you were into that straight away. It was a 3-lap course. So you had these to do 3 times. And sorry, just trying to do this. I'm trying to walk uphill on the beach, struggling. My knees are hurting. So yeah, the run course was 3 laps, and you started out from this hill. That went on for quite a while, it seemed. Once you cleared that and you sort of levelled a little bit, you were then onto some of the trail paths. You were then they're sort of ultimately they're going a bit more downhill, back round into the sort of campsite, the main arena, and off you went again. So whether it was you going up a hill, or whether it was you were on some slightly rougher ground, one way or another, it was pretty relentless. And towards the end of that one, the sun came out, so I started getting pretty damn hot. It didn't help matters. Nutrition wise, again, I had gels and beta fuel with me. I did take a little transition tip I saw Lucy Charles Barkley do at one of the World Championships, I think it was. She had a little bag, I used a little food bag, which I had my gels and my bars for the run, and I had that set inside my shoe at transition. So when it was when I was actually going through T2, really easy, I just picked that bag up and ran out with it. And then as I was then getting out, leaving transition, I then just basically undid it, popped those into my pockets on my dry suit and had everything there. And that just little tip there, seemed to work really well for getting that fueling out and sorted in where I needed it. But yeah, the run was just hard. Getting round onto the second lap, really starting to feel the burn. I was already walking some of the hills just to kind of just take the load out really, and did more walking as I got on. Lap 3, yeah, I was actually sorry, towards the end of that too really, I was absolutely in hurt locker. Had to take emergency toilet stop and extended brake on one of the aid stations, and I thought that was it for a race. But carried on, and yeah, got out. Lap 3, absolute hurt locker, and the course was quieter by then. A lot of people had then finished because they were in early waves than me and faster than me. So I was out on my own for most of the third lap anyway. But those aid stations were still there, they were still rocking it. So big shout again to them. And I literally just ran, walk, dragged myself round. If that was any other day of the week, I'd have been giving up, getting the bus home at that point. But knowing I was 45k out from the end of a 70.3, there was no bloody way I was giving in. So yeah, I just literally just sort of ran, walk round. And for reasons best known to my probably a nutrition deprived brain at that point, I decided when I saw that cracking orange finish shoot to do a sprint finish. No idea why I think that seemed like a good idea, but crossed the line. I nearly collapsed, but again, shout out to the medical staff at the finish line. One of the ladies there grabbed me and just helped us just steady myself. Once I got my heart rate down, caught my breath, had some water, I was okay. But again, shout out to them because cracking job, they were just there. I didn't even know they were looking for them. They just obviously saw I was in a bit of a state at that point, and were just there just to help me make sure that that didn't develop into anything serious to worry about. So lots to still unpack and lots to think about. Would I do another 70.3? Absolutely. Perhaps not this year though. I've seen now if I've done a lot of training, taken me a lot of work to get from the Olympic distance last year to 70.3 this year. And with that in mind, if I could do that in that year, could I actually be in a much better place to do a stronger race in another year's time? Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to take some time now thinking about what I might want to do next year. I've still got a few things in the offing for this year, a couple of smaller races, and we'll see what happens and just continue the training. But first up, it's going to be rest. Having a little walk along the seafront here today. It's beautiful weather as you can see, and just want to stretch the legs, stretch the muscles out a bit before I drive home. It's about a 3.5 4 hour drive home, depending on stops. I won't be rushing. If I need a stop, I'll take it. It's not worth chancing it. Take a gentle drive back, and then just relax the rest of the week. Maybe just do a couple of little light bits of training just to stretch things out, but take time to recover. Body certainly needs it, and come back after that. So I hope this little video has given you a bit of insight into my first 70.3 and my first time at an Outlaw event. It was a brilliant weekend, loved it. Wasn't quite so I'd loved every minute, because there was some points, particularly at the last bit of the run, that I was absolutely in the hurt locker. But yeah, overall cracking weekend, a great event. So glad I did it, and I think just hopefully want to show that, yeah, 47 years old, never been in, not in the best of shape, not a perfect athlete, but with a bit of training, a bit of looking after yourself, anyone can certainly do this. Hopefully, some of you may be thinking about, could I do this? I don't know if I could. Hopefully if I can do it, you can, and hopefully it's inspired you a little bit. So thanks for watching, and please do hit the old like and subscribe. We'll get some more content soon, and I'll see you on the next video.